Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio.
She's Jay Lynn.
And he's Monty.
So buckle your seatbelts and get ready to take a trip towards reality.
Are we there yet?
Maybe.
So, we are in the mood to talk screen addiction.
Oh. All right. It's important. It's an important subject.
Yeah.
You know, I think from my perspective, you know, I definitely am addicted to screens.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost embarrassed to say it because actually in the late 80s, mid 80s, I just turned against the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, TV sucks. You know, TV brainwashes everybody. I just refused to have a TV. Once I got on my own, you know, out in college, and just had spent very, very little time watching TV from then on. And now I find myself addicted to this like little tiny screen
I know.
that I hold in my hand, you know, and it's like, whoa, it's like, what's happened to me, you know?
It's really interesting.
It is really interesting. But so from that perspective, I think really looking at screen time like a substance is pretty real.
It is super real. Super real.
You know, and it's a substance that many, many, many of us are highly addicted to.
Yeah.
You know, many of us.
And
many.
we're talking the younger generations are growing up addicted to it.
Yeah, they are.
Like you're saying that
a lot of people, not all.
In the 80s, you were able to say no. You know, think about that with the little ones who really have no concept of anything but, you know,
right,
what's in front of them.
Right. And I mean, I got a lot of pushback back in the 80s even.
Right.
I mean, I remember in like a kind of a funny story. So living on the east side of Milwaukee, had an apartment with, you know, I had a female roommate and a guy roommate. There were three of us sharing this flat. And, you know, she brought a TV in. I was like, oh, no, you know. And I was like not happy because I just, like the TV, when it's on, it like dominates the area. Mm-hmm. You know, that vibration, that frequency, all that, just the flickering lights and it dominates. And I was just like, no. So I found this sticker, Kill Your TV, and I put it on the front of the TV. You know, I didn't like permanently attach it, but okay. I put it on there and then just took it off. It was Kara's. She was my roommate. We were friends for sure. And, but then there was like a party at my place and somebody had like a bong. Well, a water bong. And there was like an ashtray on top of the TV and he tried to like tap the water bong out and like poured the water into the back of the TV, ruined the TV.
That's hilarious.
And Kara said I did it on purpose. Which I didn't do, but I had to pay for it.
You might have conjured it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I conjured it. So that's
hilarious.
Yes. But here we are today, and here I am addicted to my phone. It's like, WTF.
Yeah. Know? For me, my TV story is a little bit different because I was raised to only get to watch TV at certain times. So when I got old enough, I had Cartoon Network. And I'm the kind of person that can't handle much because I'm very sensitive to sound and visuals. So I can't watch horror movies or scary things or any of that stuff. It's just too overwhelming for my system. So cartoons became my addiction, you know, in my last years of high school and then as an adult. And there got to be this time where I would go to work and I'd come home and I'd just watch Cartoon Network. And I was like, wait a minute. There's something really wrong with the fact that I'm 19 and watching cartoons in all my spare moments. And I'm doing it from a completely zombie-eyed place. So I just stopped. And I didn't ever start again until I got a smartphone. I'm not watching cartoons, mind you, but I am, I love reels. I love the little kitties and puppies and spiders and just anything cute. I can be very addicted to anything cute. And so it really kind of goes back to that image of myself as a young adult and like, oh no, here it is again. What do I do?
Yeah, right.
How do I push back? And I am pushing back. Don't get me wrong. I am pushing back.
Tell me about that.
Well, I pay attention to my pickups.
And what does that mean?
Well, there's in your settings on your smartphone, you can look at how many times you pick up your phone.
So what do you average?
I'm in the 70s.
Okay, so
a day.
So you're shooting for the 60s?
Yeah, I'm shooting for something lower, if possible. I mean, I do work on my phone, so it does kind of cause a good excuse to look at it.
Yeah, right.
But I'm really good at not looking at Facebook and Instagram for very long. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you can put limits on your phone. We don't have a TV and we don't watch movies, which I think is really funny for some people to know, because the only time I watch a movie is on an airplane, and it's not that often I'm on an airplane. So yeah, I don't watch many movies. And but there's still these tiny screens that are just so desireful.
Well, they call your name.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I'm actively using, so when I'm not media fasting, I do media fast regularly. I would say every week I'm trying to media fast, a few days at least.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm actively using, and if my mind becomes agitated, my hand just like grabs the phone. It's really an interesting response. Grabs the phone and picks it up on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, set it down. So but that's just like an indicator of how it can settle my mind temporarily, but ultimately in the long run, it's like it's guaranteed if I sit there and scroll on Facebook for like 20 minutes, when I'm done, I'm going to feel worse than when I started. My mind feels dull and agitated and uninspired. And
yeah, I think for me, I'm more like about once a week, I'll let myself indulge. And it usually doesn't, it's not like I walk away going, oh, that was awesome. It's more like, oh man, that was too much. Why did I do that? So I can't say that I ever feel good about a scroll binge. Scrolling. Right. Doom scrolling is such an interesting phenomena of our present day experience. No other time in history that we know of. I mean, maybe in Atlantis, who knows? But from what we know of our history, there's never been a time where we've had so much entertainment and able to fuel our cravings at any moment.
Right. I mean, in these phones and the computers, they're great tools for us to use. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, my goal is for me to be able to use it rather than it using me.
Yeah. And that's the goal for all of us, but a lot of us don't even know that that's the goal.
Right.
But I mean, if you think about it, back when it was flip phones first, that was great. We could call each other.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was around in the day when you had to walk to a gas station if your car broke down and go to a payphone.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's amazing how we can talk to people across the globe and it's free and you can you see their video at the same time
Yeah,
you're talking. I mean, it's really
so cool. Really,
it is amazing, and there's a lot of upsides to that. I mean,
Yep.
now we can live. I could be living anywhere and still be in contact with my friends regularly. It's like no problem. It's like still just connected and with my family, and that's really incredible.
It really is. It is awesome, and it's like this magical thing that I do believe if we don't find moderation, could really end up being where we are responsible for harming ourselves with this tool.
No, you're right.
You know, because it's not that the tool is doing it;
No.
it's that our use of it is I can't think of the word, de-evolving our brain, or I don't know what word I'm trying to find, but it could be a great tool. Like you said, we can connect with people across the world. We can see them on a video. I mean, it's made long distance relationships a thing, you know, because people can almost be in the same room together, kind of, you know, and so it's really created the ability to be connected and really possible, and yet it has also caused great disconnection. And I feel like we're at this place where we have this great tool. We're really struggling to find moderation and find a way to remember how to connect with people in person.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, the whole AI thing is going to force us to really want to connect more in person, because that's where we can really believe what we're hearing more and more.
That's true.
You know, I mean, so that's happening, but it's true that the computers and the AI included and the cell phones, they could really help humanity, but they could wreck us too. They could destroy
I don't think
humanity.
they can. I think the way we use it can.
Well, yeah. Well, right.
Because I think that the tool
So you're saying
itself,
we could wreck ourselves.
Yeah.
Through not being moderate.
Yeah.
Through letting it control us instead of us controlling it. Because there are forces that are behind, like, trying to control us. Like algorithms, and Facebook wants us to be addicted, and
TikTok is literally made to keep you on the phone.
Well, and a lot of people are trying to sell you stuff and politicians are trying to get their point across, and all this stuff. It's
the main marketing tool for all small businesses.
Yeah, I mean, for most certainly, and but if we don't get a handle on it, it could just wreck us.
Yeah.
But my suggestion is to go on media fasts at the very least. I mean, just take days off of, Facebook and YouTube and media in general. And media fasting has been something I've been doing for, 15 years and on and off. And one thing I've learned is that when I go on a media fast, usually when I get back to the media, like, not much has changed. It's like I didn't miss much, and
yeah. I do also want to say that for people who are in charge of small businesses like me, going on a 3-day media fast would be very challenging. But what I'm trying to do is have better boundaries. And, is it possible? And you gave me this idea, actually, because I was thinking, is it possible for me to have better boundaries and say at 6 p.m. that's it, no more phone, no more computer. But what about my friends across the world? And you were like, well, what if you give yourself 10 minutes a couple hours before bed to just touch base and see if anyone's trying to get a hold of you? And I was like, oh, that is so clever, because then there's like a little bit of a loophole that says, ooh, I get to pick up my phone for 10 minutes. And, I think that being able to moderate yourself day to day gives you that basis to not need days off, like you've said before, you know, part of moderation is knowing when you've been excessive. So then you have to, what's the word?
Abstinence. Abstain. Yeah. So excessive use should be followed by abstinence. And like Lex Friedman said, you know, he's one of my favorite podcasters from back in the day, but he said the hardest thing, he said it's easy to not look at Facebook at all, but the hard part is to look at it for 10 minutes a day.
Well, then
that's where
kind of good at it.
Yeah. Well, you are then.
But for me, it's just draining. Up your phone 80 times but a day, I do. And for me, it's like not so much about Facebook as it is I check my emails over and over and over, and usually nothing's changed.
Okay. All right.
And I do I have 3 emails, and I check them all, and then I put it down, and then I pick it up, and I check them all, and then I put it down.
It's one thing. People in general, we like doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like we just like whatever it is, we like doing it and staying busy, and you know.
Yeah, I mean that in itself is a huge subject that we'll go into another time probably, because I feel like, feeling into letting the universe move through me kind of means that I have space for the universe to move through me.
Well, right. Exactly. Well, that's
so being busy all the time is actually keeping me from allowing the universe to move through me.
Yeah, totally. I mean, for myself, I've noticed that when I can really take some space from the media, that it makes it much easier to get into the transcendental place where the mind is just more just connected with, you know, the divine of some sort, and life just seems to be flowing and easier.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, I guess our little challenge to you, dear listeners, would be to just notice. I love challenging people that I work with tracking. Track whatever it is that's annoying to you, you know, whether it's what you're eating or if you're sleeping, if your sleep patterns are funny, track everything that is bothering you about your own life. And whether that be your dreams or, you know, so I'm going off track here. But the whole idea that I'm saying is if your phone possibly is an addiction that you have not faced, track it. Track your use, track your moods, track what's going on inside of you, you know, track. Is there like something that happens in your brain that makes you want to pick up your phone like me and you need that dopamine hit? Or, you know, what does it feel like after you put it down? And what does it feel like if you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to look at my phone right now? And just take a few days to track how does it feel to notice your relationship to your phone.
Yeah. And what does it feel like if you're able to take 24 hours off of social media?
Yeah.
Or 48 hours or 36 hours, whatever it is, you know, just see what that feels like. And it's worth knowing. We have all these days. We don't need every day to be the same.
Right.
As far as like checking the phone all day.
Right.
You know, let's just take a break from it and just notice how it feels.
Yeah, and it makes that what you just said makes me think of, you know, the tradition of Sundays being a holy day and, you know, not watching TV or whatever. Like back in the day, that's what it was for me. And so is it possible to take a holy day one day a week?
Yeah, that's cool.
For me, I don't even know if it's possible, but could I be more moderate?
It is possible. It is possible. It is absolutely possible.
Anyone, can you tell that I'm kind of hooked on my phone?
Is it probable? No, that's a more realistic question.
Yeah. So over the next week, I'm going to try to take a day off and have a holy day.
And we'll report back sometime.
We'll let you know what happened.
Sounds good.
And if you feel like getting a hold of us and letting us know how your media fast or your holy day goes, That would be great. You could get a hold of us at greetings@mindflowradio.life and leave us a message. If you have any comments or requests on subjects that we talk about, please let us know. And we will be back with you in another week.
Yep. And we have a free ebook on mindflowradio.life if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
How to find more peace.
All right. Be well, y'all.